Welcome to the Sing Pod, where we talk about life,
love,
work,
and everything in between.
Welcome to our journey.
Okay. So today we are tackling a very intimate and not intimate at the same time topic, and we want to handle how to handle rejection, or how to deal with rejection. And I would love to pose a question to us. Have you ever, by any chance, been rejected, and how did it make you feel? So just mention either an instance or a scenario that you have gone through and how it made you feel. We can start with our queen, ladies first, Deborah Goretti.
Wow, so silly. Wow. Rejection. This one that I'm looking for like this. But maybe the closest I've been to rejection was not like rejection. It was hey, you could tell me it's rejection. There's a ninja. I liked. He liked me back. And it's one of those men who can't speak to save their lives.
Oh.
And you couldn't speak to save yours.
See, I spoke.
Oh.
And then the guy was too timid and then lied that he was seeing someone else. But even in that moment, I didn't even feel rejected. I felt saved. Because you don't want a man who can't articulate his feelings. Yeah, like even if it is hard to express, you get, because you can't be expressing your feelings everywhere apart from with me. And then now all of a sudden you have an imaginary girlfriend.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's true.
So in that moment I didn't even feel rejected. I was like, what?
Yeah, God said you from a person with a flawed character.
Yeah, that's a lot. That there's so much work that needs to go into this human being before he can even be with anybody.
And I can't imagine like such a person, like as you've said, going like maybe they have other lady friends, being emotional with them, talking things with them, and then when it comes to you, I don't think you can be able to build intimacy with that person.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's probably the closest I felt.
Okay.
Nini. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. To the next queen, Lorraine.
No, I have not been rejected.
You've never been rejected?
Nice.
Okay.
I'm kidding though. I've been rejected for job opportunities though. I've never been rejected by a guy. But for job opportunities, yeah.
I hope this finds you well.
Hey man, I had those emails. Like as HR, I write those emails, but receiving it as well isn't so pretty. You don't even get used to it. So like you have applied for a job, you're like, hey, this one, nini. You felt like the interview went well, and then you receive the, especially those that you don't get like what exactly went wrong, especially if the interview went well. But most of them, I came to realize also just in my probably rule is it can be you're out of their budget, so they probably won't tell you why because they have a generic rejection kind of thing. So yeah, you might have been out of budget. So it's not necessarily your skill or what. It's just that you aren't within what they can offer.
Okay.
But as well, yeah, it doesn't. Anyway, in any case, doesn't feel nice to be rejected by a person or by a job or anything. But you bounce back now.
Become smarter.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, from a person, no, but from jobs, yes.
Yeah. So anyone watching this, she's a HR. So when you receive those emails, please don't take them personally.
Please don't.
Yeah.
It's just a copy paste
thing.
Sent to many.
Sometimes they're automated into the ATS, like the application tracking system, where if you don't meet a certain threshold, you'll automatically receive a rejection. It's I mean, it's not good to say, but imagine as a HR you're hiring for like 10 roles, each with like over 1,000 CVs. Of course, you can't go through each one of them one by one. So
don't let the ATS determine your future.
Just don't be
Beat
discouraged.
the ATS.
You're
Overpromise in your CV.
For promise.
Pressure.
Hey.
With minimum supervision.
You can handle pressure.
I speak basic French.
And Spanish.
Chinese.
Espanol. And Rafael.
Anyway, so that's my experience with rejection. With guys, I've had an easy time.
Wow. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky indeed.
So for me, relation wise, I don't know if I had not heartbreak. Breaking up is rejection. Maybe not.
Like if you're the one, if she leaves you.
Yeah. So I don't know how to term that happened.
So what about does it count as rejection if they leave you but come back?
Yes.
No, that's the other thing actually. So I've experienced both. So someone goes and then they come back. They're throwing signs and I'm not interested. So yeah, it happens. And I think also in business, now what I can be able to majorly talk on is business, not relationships. But in terms of business, you find these clients, they come and tell you, there's something I'm learning, as in you consult with them, you spend your time, you spend your fuel going to these people, and even they don't, and then they like, we can't do business. I'm usually like, cool.
Then you go cry at the pillow.
No, I don't cry. Something interesting that I've noted, most of these clients tend to come back. And this is the reason. I have offered my time, I have offered my fuel to go to their place and also give them a quotation. And I also go far and beyond of giving them designs like this and this. You see, and like what most people are doing. So I go far and beyond. So most cases, they come back and I get the business. But even through those rejections, I have learned quite immensely in the matters of how do you, because me these days, when you tell me I have business for you, me just ask what's your budget from the onset. So I don't go over and beyond, and I can't work within your budget.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, I think I actually.
So
understand
through those
that
rejections, I came to learn that, like, just from the onset, just ask what's your budget.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think I learned that as well. Just jumping into that ship is being able to ask someone because fairly recently I've gone into consulting, so being able to share maybe your rate card or your like what budget you work with, and then they see whatever budget you have and what you work within that package, like you give them different packages for that, and then now ask them what's the budget that you had in mind, and then you can tailor make it into this is your budget, this is what I can offer you at that particular budget.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
I think I should start also doing that. For me also, I don't think I've handled rejection relationship wise. I think also because I've been an avoidant for the better part of my adulting life, so I've not been hitting on people as much. But I'm in business, I'm an entrepreneur, and I think I wake up to rejection Monday to Monday, and the few or many times I've encountered rejection, the first times, actually I've never felt bad. I think I had prepared enough for it, or
Prepared for the rejection.
yes, or I was just too optimistic at that time. I don't know, because for me, for people who know entrepreneurship, I've done cold calling and I've done door-to-door marketing. And with that, every single day, 90% are rejections. For me, when I was doing supplies, I used to go from office to office, and either you'll find a secretary with an attitude, someone who wastes your time, asks you prices, then tells you they can't buy, someone who will not talk to you. I think I've gone to a place where that person never raised their head, and I talked and waited for a response, and he never raised his head. He was I think an
That's
Indian.
so rude.
Yeah, so I just left. So things like that, for me, they fuel me to go to the next.
Yeah.
So I'll take rejection as a small failure, and these failures also I take them as small lessons. So they fuel me to go to the next. Then what I learned also, when you have a lot of rejections, it means also you should change something.
Yeah.
Even if you are hitting on girls in a certain way and you find all of them say no,
Yeah.
I think it's time now to change something.
Introspect.
Talk to the man for ice cream.
Especially these guys who hit on you thinking you're just there ready to jump their bones. Change that perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
Learn the
Take
path.
someone out, show interest in a good way. I think
Actually, not even having the end, like even with
Yeah.
business. Don't expect that this business will be successful.
Yeah.
Even when dating someone, be like have
Open-minded.
and that
Yeah.
itself will free you from that baggage of I have to please this person, I have to do this, and from
I
that,
have to act a certain way. I
Exactly.
have to take her this particular
Yes.
place. I
yeah,
have to.
it frees you.
yeah, I think that also adds to. I think there is a way to safeguard yourself from having to deal with the rejection or being rejected. Is build a relationship with no end intentions. I think I learned that in a bit of marketing, because when you have a connection with someone, they even if you approach them as a potential customer, build genuine connections, and you'll never have even to send your CV. You'll never have to write business proposals to strangers, because I have even friends whose networks are so broad. They have something for everything, someone for everything. If they want a business deal, they text their friends who know someone who own a company or something. So I felt like if you improve on networking skills, you are likely not to face rejection. Not 100%.
True.
I might be wrong.
But maybe can you
Yeah.
really safeguard against rejection, and is it better to safeguard it and then when you get rejected you feel like, okay, so I don't feel like that's such a huge loss.
Yeah.
Does it make you less of a risk taker?
Yes.
I guess my question.
Oh, okay. I think it's about the approach, not the action. You can do the same action, but in a different way. I can come and sell to you, let's say insurance, and say, hi, my name is Emmanuel. I'm selling this insurance policy for this and this much. I would like you to get on board with us. Chances are 90% or 99 or 100% that you will say not at this time or no. But I can come to you and say, hi, my name is Emmanuel. I'd love to have a meeting with you. Okay. Or if you want to go even straight to the point of what you do, you can tell them what you do so that in their mind, they know what you do. So, for example, my name is Emmanuel. Hi, Lorraine. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm in insurance, and I would love to have an appointment with you so that we can know each other better. Like that. Or if you are approaching a girl, hi, how are you? My name is Emmanuel, and I would love to connect with you. Can we meet for coffee?
But something
I'd
interesting.
love to connect with you. That sounds like something off of LinkedIn.
Yeah. Something interesting is in 2016, 2017. 2016, 2017, thereabout. I was in school and this guy had a business. So I used to leave school in the evening and go and.
Which guy, Manu?
Yeah, Manu, like, there's like a business he was doing.
Oh, this guy.
South
Oh,
Bay.
yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. Mandem as the hot egg.
So this guy had so I used to go and support him. Actually, I think I learned in terms of rejection because not everyone was willing to buy.
Not everyone.
Not everyone was willing to buy, but you could see at least they'll be like, I'll come.
Yes.
So
yeah,
the
that-
hustlers, Ruto alikuwa anaongelea.
We used to
The hustlers
we used to
that
sell
build the
eggs.
nation.
We used to sell eggs in South B 2016, 2017 thereabout. And people would come and through him actually, and because I joined him and we were like, not everyone was,
the business.
no, I was just helping him to.
Yeah.
So not everyone was willing to buy.
Not everyone.
Not really everyone was willing to buy, and that I upgraded now to go and sell. There's a period I used to sell veggies, like vegetables, in terms of skuma and kale and spinach.
Did I not know you guys during these times?
Huh?
You could not even look at us twice.
10 years.
Sure.
10 years after, but anyway.
It's alright.
So yeah, we did quite a lot of business before, even clothes. There are many things that we did.
Rejection, I think, is very nice.
Yeah.
The earlier, the better.
The better. That's true. The earlier, the better. It
Then-
builds confidence.
Yeah, one thing I noticed also with marketing and getting rejection, because marketing is a seed. A seed will never be rejected. Once I tell you, I sell eggs here, it's already in your brain. You can't remove it from your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's actually true.
You can't remove it from your head. Yeah.
So if I tell someone
even
I
if-
like them,
Yeah, even
they can't
if you-
remove it from their head.
Yes, and even if by the way, they
I'm
can't.
marketing myself. I like you.
But then they
It won't
can't.
leave your head. One day
So
it will haunt you.
yeah, just say what sometimes, and even for employers, please note that sales and marketing will never be in the same basket. Sales is the fruit, marketing is the seed. You plant the seed, it grows.
As in the fruits, the revenue that comes in ROI.
Yes, so the ROI, you can't pin it on a marketer. A marketer's JD is to make your brand visible out there.
Yeah, okay.
And
But it's
for,
crazy there's something introduced called growth marketing, which is a mix of sales and marketing.
I feel that's a way of pressuring marketers, and I feel it could limit them also once the company does not see sales. But I think maybe it's a technology that we would learn.
We use AI, artificial intelligence.
ChatGPT
Growth
to do all
marketing.
the work.
Yeah. So then we'll go to then how have we dealt with marketing? With marketing, with rejection. I think marketing has just
Why
been
marketing
plant-
with rejection?
I've planted the seed in my own head.
And it is bearing fruit.
Fruits. What is the sense?
Yay.
Selling
How do we deal with marketing?
Back to rejection. I feel like sometimes also we get rejection from people who are so close to us. Has anyone ever gotten an encounter where they have been rejected by family?
Yes. And if you're watching this, and
This is not a time.
but anyway,
Attack them.
yeah, I think it happens. It happens in various ways, but also it depends on how you perceive it. For me, I think it's more perception, because there's a time I was really down financially, and my sister was doing quite well.
My man,
damn it.
our man.
Hey.
Malindi pale, Mombasa pale, Pwani pale.
Oh no, ni tu kwenye social media.
Naonya kwenye CCTV, social media. But anyway, so I was like, she come through in this. And I was like, my friend, even me don't have. Here. I felt rejection 10 times X. But anyway, so and something which happened interestingly, it's my mom was in that setting when I was like asking for, and my older sister, and they were like, "So you help your brother? Why?" Because I honestly felt as if, hey, my sister, you're rejecting me. You're rejecting me.
I'm not okay.
I'm not your brother.
Do you not care about me?
Yeah. So
Okay.
and I think from there henceforth, there's another. Now after that incident happened, and she was like not confronted, but she was like, corrected in that manner by my mother and my siblings.
Sorry, pause. How is it correction if for real? Me, I had planned for my money. My budget is, I had this vacation, my budget is set, and I don't have the leeway to give you money. And why would you be planning with my money if I say I can't do this and you feel like I can do it just for the sole reason because I have vacations or I'm at certain.
The wait, let me tell you. By the way, something I've noted about rejection also. It's how it's communicated.
Okay.
By the way, this is something I was talking with my baby. So we are having a conversation on such topics. And something that came out. How people communicate things definitely matters, because there's a way I can reject you something or I can deny you something, but it doesn't feel as if I'm rejecting you. You get me? So if, for example, I come and ask you, Manu, today I don't have choms, I need like 1G, and genuinely I don't have. And then bana, and then you're like,
nilipigia hivi jana.
Sasa nimepeana tu sai.
Nimeambiwa tu sai. Yaani niko na zao fulani extra jana. Nimetuma tu sai hata hiyo call yenye uko na feel niko busy, nilikuwa hiyo call.
Yeah, Nyashinski said it. Mbona hakuna message inajitumanga send me money.
Yeah. So I think also the way you just communicate, you can be like, I understand like where you're from, but currently I have other priorities that I'm dealing with, and this and that.
Okay.
And with that communication, I'll be like, okay, I understand. Thank you for communicating that. But if you come like, sina pesa, wajipange. Kwani wewe bro utashinda umenyumba siku ngapi? Kwani wewe brother na sisotangi, kwani wewe pia wewe. Si wewe ndo hasa ndo kuweza kwa ndo mwenzako. As in
about money, I feel like sometimes
not only man, not
in
even
family
money actually, not even money.
But in family I think we have different levels of patience. I don't know. Sometimes we are so impatient with our siblings.
Okay,
so I'll tell you something straight up. Well,
truths.
Even relationships, I think.
I think inakwanga tu ukizoeana na mtu kuna venye uta handle. I think maana unaambiwa saa zingine hata usizoeane na watu. Because the same way I'll tell maybe Debs something is not the same way I'll communicate it to.
Yeah, that's true.
Like another friend of mine who we're not that close, yeah. For example, like me, I'll tell her straight up, "Hey, say, unakaa aje leo?" And someone else will be like, "Oh, are you doing your hair anytime soon?"
You package it better.
You kuna packaging ya sugar coating.
Yeah, true. And Debbie, have you ever experienced any rejection in your family?
I don't know. No, I haven't, because
only among last.
Among last, and also maybe
being told to know also sometimes it's not a rejection.
It's not exactly.
I think understanding that dynamic. I've barely dealt with rejection. I think that's why I'm doing more of the listening.
Okay.
I feel like maybe where I'm keen on listening in this conversation is just because of such a strong personality I have. I'm always very careful not to invoke the feeling of rejection in other people.
Okay.
So, because
that's an interesting thing. Continue.
So even in conversations or even in the interactions that I have, because of how I communicate and maybe failure of being understood or things like that, rejections become a thing that I am very keen not to invoke in other people because I rarely receive it. You get?
Okay.
And sometimes you might not be on the receiving end and might be a giver in a silent manner, not intentionally rejecting, but just not being careful enough and considerate to perceive what this other human being is going through and stuff.
I love that point. Born.
You had a point?
I didn't have a point. I had a question. I find it hard. Okay, so it's a point and a question.
Yeah.
I find it hard to consistently reject guys. Like I don't know the best way to do it. So I'm just like, is there a way like you guys like to receive it that it doesn't come off as harsh and hurt you?
Tell us how
like,
we do it and then we'll tell you.
I usually
We'll tell you where to twist.
actually, let me tell you, if you're a guy on my inbox and I consistently tell you, haha, you're funny, that's me rejecting you.
But then anytime it's
not interest.
or like a laugh and Nini, it's just
Cool.
And in Russia, because I am dodging this, your flirtatious comes Nini.
No, I think I'm being rejected.
Beyonce, you really
I got many
were rejecting
ha-has.
me.
I got many ha-has even.
Yeah,
I know.
like Russia, if a chick tells you, you're so funny. Oh my god.
Especially if the statement you have made is actually really forward and not.
Yeah.
Exactly, we will play it off as a joke. Actually,
No
you know
emoji.
how many guys are like, you know, you never take me serious. I'm just like, me, I'm playing my cards right.
I know.
Haha, you're so funny.
I thought I was a comedian.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not.
Oh my
You receive
god.
ha-has.
Exactly.
I thought I was a
Even not
comedian.
even not an emoji. Ha-ha.
You're not that funny. You're like that funny.
Alright. Okay, so
If I
think...
tell you, oh, are you high?
Wow.
Guys, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I think for guys, I think just be straightforward.
I won't go.
No, you never.
That's
listen.
a lie.
I've been
Yes.
rejecting
And
the
it's
same
like-
guy over
it's-
years now.
I know, me too. Like you can reject a guy for years and years
And
on
they're
end.
not
It's like
rejecting.
they don't understand
Okay,
it.
now that's
That's
there's
a lie.
There's a true exactly.
Yes.
That's a
That's
what?
true.
Lion.
A
Yeah.
lion.
Yes. Even the Bible says the devil is like a lion.
What?
They wait patiently to devour.
It's not a true lion, but like
It's like a
It's like
a lion. You see, sometimes
So they're
when
waiting for the
can't
day
be
you
something,
say yes.
when you can't be something, be like something.
I was literally telling Rhyme before you guys came in.
Mhm.
yeah. How handsome I
Rhyme
am.
and okay, how handsome he is, but when you came about this guy who has hit on me consistently for the past 3 or 4 years, telling me he loves me, but I'm not into him and I've told him that. I've told him to move on and he dates girls, but he tells them he's in love with someone else. Honestly, I consistently tell him, don't do that. Me and you are not going anywhere.
Bro.
But every few couple of months he'll be hitting my inbox. Hi, can we go on a date?
Yeah.
Hi, can we do?
So-
Sasa surely unataka kuambiwaje?
By the way,
Taka kwa
why
soft
men
launch,
do that?
hawezi nini na
Actually,
hard.
why men do that is that you will always stick around, you'll always reply, you'll always. That means there's that always gives them hope.
Yeah.
Because
So you're supposed to ghost them.
not ghost them, tell them if you repeat this, then we can't be friends. I
Set
feel
Oh, we're
like
already
most
not
girls-
friends. If we don't talk months on end, and then once in a month you see me post like a status or an Insta story, and then
Yeah.
you hit my inbox again. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I feel girls, you see, not that softness or doing it with trying to make me feel nice. That is what fuels me and gives me hope. That is what fuels me to continue. You get? But if you either ignore me
Not even
or
ignore,
even
just-
block me or do that, I know this is email.
There's a way, and they also now when it comes to communication. So I'll use point and case for me. I don't know if this applies to women, but this is what happened. So there's someone, because even guys get hit on.
Yeah,
It happens. It happens. So this person was constantly even cooking for me, doing stuff. Yeah.
Cook for me, I eat.
Yeah. Mi was eating, mi nilikuwa nakula. But then nilifika mahali now because niliona hata mimi na entertain, like I was entertaining this person. So I had to clearly tell them. They cried like in front of me and I felt bad, but I was like, even though you cry, it is good that I set these boundaries.
But
So
then
it
how do you
was-
guys feel when ladies cry?
I feel bad,
But
honestly.
it's always an awkward moment.
Yeah, it's
to be
awkward
honest.
and I feel bad.
You
For me, I feel bad.
nimbembeleze ama anataka kukua peke
Exactly.
yake ama
Awkward and
Nimfanyie nini?
But at times it comes. At times, honestly, it's like an egg. Like,
Hii mayai.
do I drop it? Do I put lace it? Do I boil
Do
it?
I cook
Do
it?
I cook it?
Or do I eat it?
But it
By
reaches
the
a
way,
point.
kuna wale when you are crying is when now they find a chance to come and be the consoler.
Yeah. So actually, it happens.
Unasikia vibaya kuja kwangu.
And then kidogo tap. But anyway, now the thing is, it is very important to set boundaries.
Sorry.
It is very important to set boundaries, and it doesn't come from a strict perspective,
Yes.
but how you communicate it. Because me, I was like,
Please.
this is how I communicated.
stern.
Me, I was just, this is how I communicated. I understand that you're going through this and that, but this has to be put in place. We can't continue on this and this because of this
Yes.
and this and this. I had to put it point blank. Of course, I didn't come out disrespectfully, but I had to communicate and put those. So even for those guys, this is advice probably to ladies. I'm just saying, because men can be persistent. That's for sure. Even
That's
me,
true.
even me, if I like someone, I'll be persistent. But just figure a way how you can be able to not lie and also don't lie. Just be factual.
Yeah.
These are the reasons we can't be together, and this is the reason I can't continue seeing you and talking to you. Welcome to Meet and Talk, by the way. Because of this and this and this. Probably you might have a girlfriend. Probably your interest is not there. Like, just even if it's a paragraph, write it.
Write it and let it be known.
Yes.
And if it is crossed,
Yeah.
you're not friends.
Exactly. If it's
But
crossed,
girls will want to entertain.
Exactly.
They will
Not really. I feel like some
sometimes,
guys
I think ni
understand
either
it.
huruma.
Yeah, ni huruma. It's pity, which is worse. But it's also like, I feel like there's some guys, because people are different, you maybe communicate it differently because you know your friends somehow. So there are people you'll tell, like the difference is, so for a guy I told, and he's like, okay, we can't be friends for like a good while because I have to get over you, then we can now either if it gets to that, we can go back to being friends. And then there are people who just, it's like they just don't get the message.
Let me tell you. You see, even that guy doesn't mean that the feelings will just go away.
Yeah, but Sidoyo, he told me, he communicated clearly, like,
Yeah.
give me time, I get over you, and then we might or might not come back to being friends.
and you
And
see,
I
you
respect
communicated
that.
exactly.
Yeah, but
Communication.
they are the
And you respected it. You
I
see,
respect it.
but
I'm
these
just
other
like,
people,
I understand
But-
what you're
Exactly.
talking about.
But these other people, you're telling them that probably they don't respect your
Actually.
boundaries.
Wow.
Yeah, because sometimes they have an end goal in mind and it is not playing out the way they wanted. Like the TV guys. Okay. Have you handled rejection in your family?
I'm trying to, I've really thought about it since you asked that question. I don't know if I have or have not. I don't know. No, not really. I've handled no's. I've not handled rejection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even for me,
Probably how it is.
I've never felt. I've never been rejected with my family members. But yes, I've gotten a couple of no's, a couple of this doesn't work, and also I think for a lot of business people, they have to handle a lot of rejection from their family members. You see those uncles who promise you heaven. Oh, maliza tu shule. Maliza tu shule. Alafu once you go there, then it's now cat and mouse. Oh, come next week, come this. So I think I've not gone through that as much, but I feel like a lot of guys go through that where your family members don't know how to reject you, so they have to sugarcoat the rejection so that you feel it's acceptance. Then they take you in circles.
Actually, I think I've handled rejection in my family.
Okay.
From an uncle, now that you've talked about uncles. It's when I was a bit younger, there's an uncle of mine who didn't like me. Solely because of my name wasn't Kai. If they ever But they wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I can't
Say the name.
Anyway, so he didn't. So from, you see the way how you're named is, my brother and my sister are named from my dad's side of the family, and I'm named from my mom's side of the family. So he didn't like the fact that, you know, now Mimi see quote unquote wow. So he used to favor my brother and my sister, and then used to treat me badly. So every time it was just weird. So now imagine
you in that meeting.
Let me.
If you know uncle.
So now imagine being a kid knowing this person doesn't like you, but you don't know the reason why they don't like you. Like, you just know they'll always treat you poorly, but you can't understand why, and that's not the same treatment that your brother and sister are getting. So it was really weird, but I grew up knowing he doesn't like me, so I just avoid him at all costs.
And go table times.
Yeah. So I think that was. I think kids always know, kind of.
They do.
You really have a feeling, so you kind of try to counteract it in some way. So even just growing up, and then finally when I talked to my mom about it, just to get an understanding of why that was, she let me know like what the reason was, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So to date, me, I still avoid that. We're not buddies. I'm buddy with everyone else, but
uncles.
The red flag. Nikimonanga tu hivi, men high and by, no stories.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's also this type of rejection that most, I think, guys go through. A sugar-coated type of rejection called the friend zone.
Very true.
But even chicks are put in the friend zone.
Chicks are put in the friend zone?
Yeah, chicks are put in the friend zone.
Yeah, some.
Okay. So,
yeah, when you wanna try sana,
yeah,
no,
I feel like friend zone is a type of place where I am rejecting you, but I don't want you to go. I want you to come and watch me reject you.
Apana. yeah.
I want you to stay around 3D and know that I rejected you because I don't want you.
There's this meme that has been going around. It's a funny meme. No. If you see a guy blocking you and you're a woman, no, there's a real problem.
That's a real problem.
Yeah, have I ever been blocked? I should find out. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
Interesting.
So, I think I'll start with first the men. Yeah. Brother Ryan.
Yeah?
Have you ever gone through that type of rejection?
Friend zone.
Someone puts you in the friend zone.
I love you as a friend.
Some go to the extent of calling you a brother. Sure.
For me, I don't. Do I ever? Do I?
Hi, my brother.
I don't think I've been friend zone. Yeah, I'm done with friend zones.
People.
Yeah, I'm done with friend zones. I don't.
Sorry.
But I stopped that behavior. It's a really bad behavior because
Sort of,
you're keeping someone around and you're not interested. So I stopped.
Okay. And then I love my views.
I stopped.
I think for me, I might have been friend zoned. I think I have. But it's not that type of rejection where, because sometimes I think you're rejected even after, I don't know, being rejected after you have been in either, being friend zoned after a relationship, not a relationship. After you have had
After a situationship.
after a situationship maybe, then you're friend zoned. I don't think I've been friend zoned, but I've friend zoned people, not of liking, but I'm never proud of this.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the indecisiveness and avoidance that was in me. I feel like I have rejected people, and up to now, thinking back, I feel like they were good people. They might have been good people. They will have maybe been good people in my life. But I chose to friend zone them. God forgive me. Calm. Hold your horses.
Okay.
I did it out of a good heart.
Debs.
Debs, have
Before
you handled this type of
No.
The friend zone.
I friend zone people all the time, but
Oh my goodness.
I've never been friend zoned. Me, if I'm not remaining with you, I'm not your friend.
Okay.
It's one of the two. Like if I like you like that, it's either
We're going through
or
that
we are
route.
not going at all. And so I don't think I've been friend zoned.
Then you like a few people.
Me
Do you like
now. Can I give my 10, 20, 50 cents?
Mm.
I don't understand what's the problem with the friend zone.
Mm.
Like, if you like me, I don't like you. I tell you, I don't like you like that, but we can be friends because like we have good vibes. You have a good personality. I don't want to lose out on being friends with you just because you want to be in a relationship. In fact, I tell people friendships last longer than relationships, honestly. Unless you guys are in it long run, get into marriage, blah, and even marriages can end. But friendships can be forever. So I'd rather be friends with you than lose out on like this one thing and then we get into a relationship and like, okay, something happens down the line, like, oh yeah, done. And then friendship is off the table, or even if you're friends after breaking up, it's that kind of awkward friendship. So me, I'm just like, I don't mind being friend zoned even. Like if I like you, okay, maybe I've not experienced it, but if I like you, when you don't like me like that, feel free to tell me you don't like me like that, but you like who I am as a person, and let's be friends. And we form a very good friendship.
Now you see what your point is. Actually, for me, I think that is what happened to me. But you see, now someone liking you, but you
Rejecting them.
Exactly. So it reaches a point. Yeah, it reaches a point where, let's say, you get a girlfriend, let me say, or you get coupled up with someone else, and then this other person still interacts with you. Of course, these things.
There's something that
There's still
happens after
something,
being
so-
friend zoned.
I don't think so. I don't know why you guys. I don't know why it feels like it can't, like the ties can't. Liking can end. In fact, crashes end. Like you can't have a crush on someone forever.
You see-
if it's not, if something doesn't work out, the crush can end and you guys can be really good friends and you can have open and honest communication and
Maybe.
conversations.
I think that depends on someone, how they take, or how big a relationship is to someone. I think we have had a very extensive discussion on rejection, and what I'm learning is that we are going through. Sometimes we are continuously going through rejection. Sometimes we don't notice the rejection, and sometimes I think we have gone through a lot of rejection. I think sana the family one, that you don't take it as a rejection anymore. It's just a no, and we move on, which is a very good thing. Cope with that, even in these other things. In relationship, if you're told no, move on. If in business you're told no, move on. Yeah, so that's the lesson I've learned. I think we can say one lesson each of what we have learned, then call it a show.
Mine isn't necessarily a lesson. Mine is more of something to say, and something I like telling people is learn how to accept no for an answer. Because no is an answer, whether or not I give you an explanation, no is an answer. And it should be an answer that is very much respected. It's not that when I tell you no, you're not entitled to me giving you why I've said no, like giving you my explanation as to why I said the no, depending on like what situation it is. But generally, you're not entitled. You just need to respect it and take it as, I don't know, positively as you can take the no. And just move on, like move in anything. I think it's something I love telling my brother is learn how to take the no and just take it and accept it. Don't try to change my decision into a yes.
Of course.
Take the no and move with it. I've said no, I've said it's a no. I'm not changing my mind about it. Don't try to change my mind about it.
Yeah.
What you said.
I think. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying what you said. At times you might never get like why. The thing I was saying.
The
like,
why.
Not everyone communicates.
Yeah, not everyone will give you the why.
The why. So learn just to accept as it is, and it's easier. It's easier.
I think also I should echo her even to business. No, so you guys who sell insurance, please take a no and go.
No, don't take the no.
And go to the next client. I think your bosses are trying to convince you that a no is not a no, but the moment you try convincing someone, it agitates them, and now they convince themselves that now, I think I'd say a strong no so that you go away. Because I think we have how many billion people in the world?
8
billion, or you can say Kenya, we have 45 million Kenyans, and more are getting born, more are getting IDs. So I think it is always prudent, if you're told a no, go to the next. Your boss or your manager is just trying to make sense by convincing you to convince that client.
The faster you move,
I don't need life insurance. It's not that tomorrow I'll need it or 1 week after. So don't call me.
Traumatized you.
Yeah, so one called me after rejecting them like last month, and I don't know what should have changed.
Maybe I needed life insurance. Maybe I had
Life threatening moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Debbie, any lesson?
I think rejection is part of the norm of life. It's, how do I say it? I think rejection, probably I view it as God's way of keeping me on my path.
Mm-hmm.
So better a dodged bullet than an early death. What am I trying to say? I'm just saying that
wisdom.
Like if something, you are rejected by something, or you reject something, or whatever rejection comes, like accept it for what it is, and don't make it a result of who you are, or like fault yourself for whatever that situation is. Accept it and know that there's something better. You know, one closed door, another open. So
awesome. That's true. Mr. Ryan.
Yeah, as I've just said, and to echo what they have said, that is part of life, and you have the earlier the better. That's for sure. The earlier the better.
True.
The earlier the better. That's
on
all
to
I
the
can
next.
say.
On to the next. Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next.
On to the next.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for being with us for this great, amazing discussion.
Yeah.
And I hope you have learned something. Feel free to engage with us in our different platforms, Spotify, podcasts, YouTube, now that we have a very amazing team behind the cameras. So we are also happy, and please also give us your feedback on what we need to improve on what we need to work on, and we will not take it as rejection.
And I think you can also share your
positively.
If you want to share your stories, definitely you can
feel free. Yeah, and I think soon we should start bringing guests.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in being a guest at SingPod, I think feel free to reach out.
To DM us.
Yeah, to DM us.
On Instagram, Twitter, we recently opened TikTok, so feel free to engage with us on the different social media platforms.
Feel free.
Facebook. Wait, we're not on Facebook.
If you're too official,
but yeah, Instagram.
On Gmail.
My dad is.
On Gmail. Yeah, you can get us on Gmail.
Yes,
on our Instagram account, there's a Linktree link that has all the platforms that we are on and how you can engage with us. So we look forward to many opportunities to interact more with each and every one of you.
All right.
Cheers.
I think it's nice to say it's time to say adios,
Bye-bye.
muchachos, and see you next time.
See you.
Bye.